welcome to the biggest virtual gathering of the organic and natural digital community in the Middle East. Kickstarting the second edition of the only interactive business platform in the Middle East for all organic, natural, and eco-friendly businesses. Through this event, suppliers will meet thousands of relevant regional high-level procurement heads from wholesale, retail, import, re-export, private label, and distribution sectors in the Middle East and North Africa. Meanwhile, buyers will connect with quality suppliers from across the globe. This is the second of the 3 digital expos we have planned in 2021, followed by the physical event at the Dubai World Trade Center. Allow me to welcome our chief guest and keynote speaker for the event, Miguel Angel Povedano, Chief Commercial Officer, Majid Al Futtaim. Miguel is the Chief Commercial Officer for Majid Al Futtaim Retail. He brings 24 years of working for Carrefour across Spain, Argentina, and China to his role. His previous positions with the retail giant include National Manager Supply Chain, General Manager Merchandise, Textile, and Vice President for Merchandise and Non-Food. Miguel has a larger involvement with us in the advisory role as he is part of the recently launched Organic Steering Committee, an initiative by the Organic and Natural Products Expo, bringing together top thought leaders in the region to meet and exchange ideas on the sector. Today's topic will be supplying the accelerated demand for natural and organic produce, a retail perspective. He will be discussing the tricks of the trade and the strategies that Middle East retail giant Carrefour aims to achieve in the organic and natural sector. Hi, Miguel.
Pleasure.
Yes, it's so lovely to have you here. And let me start off with the first question. How are you addressing the changing consumer trends and expectations in the new normal, considering the accelerated demand for goods catering to natural and organic produce?
And how that is possible? That is possible thanks to the all stakeholder deep involvement. When I say all the stakeholder, I just speaking about the farm, I just speaking the government, I just speaking the new tech solution, such as example, our greenhouses and hydroponic solution. As you know, that will guarantee that even in countries like the climate is a big challenge for 6 months in the year. With this new tech solution, we can do production all the year. And that is what we are looking for. All of us together, we will achieve this target to achieve the fruit and veg production locally than more than 25% in 2023. And this kind of new tech solution in agriculture, for example, hydroponic, is very good than the people know. Then is the most sustainable solution that we have. Hydroponic represents 90% less water consumption. Imagine how important it is in these kind of countries. And even the capacity production by a square meter is 6 times more than the normal traditional agriculture. This one I say that traditional agriculture will finish. No, it's not my point. It's the right balance between traditional agriculture and tech solution. For this month, then we have more difficulties due to the climate in our own geographies. Thank you, Minaka.
Oh, thank you. That's wonderful. So you just mentioned about local distributors. So you work majority with local distributors. So when you do work with such said local distributors, what are you looking for from them? Just briefly, if you could mention.
Now, that is the caveat question, because of course our ambition is to work with all the small and medium companies and help more in this direction. But the point is at the center for our decision is the customer. And as consequences of our COVID-19 economical level, one of the areas that was highlighted is the private level growth. But why? Because you guarantee a very good quality to very good affordable price, right? So the price attribute is a key question here. An economy of scale is extremely important. So what we're looking for this local partner, then really to working together, arm with us, to guarantee efficiencies in terms of production cost, distribution cost, in one environment that is no more like traditional negotiation, with the new situation in the market arena, is like now customer, suppliers, distributor, retailers, we need to be much more together than ever because the situation is much more complex. So with this partner that we are looking for is efficiencies, and efficiencies in long term, not only to have, for example, private label. Private label is one of the major advantages to push the local production. And I give you one example. If you analyze today what is happening with the petrol barrel, 1 year ago, the price for the petrol barrel was around $52. Today, $73. All the raw material worldwide level start to have hyperinflation. You imagine for companies as Majid Al Futtaim Carrefour to have the capacity to do the production locally, how much is the advantage that we will have? I give you one more example. The supply chain transport costs over product like fruit and veg represent more than 35% of the total landing cost for the product. When we can save in all that, making the production locally is a big advantage. So private label is the way that supplier and Majid Al Futtaim Carrefour can work in long term, not only 1 year contract, 3 year contract. And one more point, if you allow me, is like stability and reality in the relationship that Majid Al Futtaim Carrefour keeping with our supplier is how stable is our supplier portfolio. We are working for more than 10 years with 80% of the suppliers that working today with us. That is one point. But even if I highlight that, our determination, as I mentioned before, is step by step, avoid our dependency for intermediaries, to go much more with local producer directly, and with that to generate more win-to-win solution and economy of scale with affordable prices for our customer. Thank you.
Brilliant. And now, I mean, you've already covered a lot of this. In the last few years, especially during the pandemic, we see that the awareness around environmental impact is increasing. We also see the change across the region. So you've already touched on this. So if you could also elaborate on the choices that Carrefour customers are making, for example, sustainable packaging and biodegradable packaging, or I don't know. What do you think the trends are in this regard?
No, like we mentioned before, is like in the change of the mindset of the customer that is accelerated in terms of sustainability and health and wellness. Of course, the new generation and even the mature customer is looking more and more for sustainable solution at the level that the people want to help his community. The people want to guarantee more productivity and more work that will be generated to buy local product. That is one trend that I can tell you in all our map geographies is happen. Localization become extremely important. But into the localization, another key point is like the supply chain end-to-end solution at the level that you can avoid the dependency for long lead time for product that coming from China or other part of the world versus the short lead time for product that is in our own geographies. That is also one of the major changes. And of course, when you do imagine immediately what is the direct impact in carbon emission, in waste control, because of course, at forecasting level, when I do the production locally, it's much more easy to do than when I need to anticipate one container than coming from China, than unless I need 25, 30 days to come here. So all these kind of things is happen more and more. And even due with our company strategy of sustainability, we have the determination to avoid the plastic and paper and carbon emission in 2040 for sure, but even the plastic and paperless, we are working already. I can tell you that all the bags that we have into Carrefour ecosystem in our countries, all of them is biodegradable. And even that now we are working more to generate the mental change in the customer mindset at the level that can with his own bag, recyclable bag. We have in the point of sales a specific counter for them that no need to make the queue, will be much more faster experience to them. So sustainability, as you mentioned, became extremely important. And into that, as I mentioned before, traceability will be one of the most important areas to differentiate our local producer and manufacturer versus other players in the industry.
Perfect. That's very, very insightful. We have a question from the audience, which, since we've spoken so much about the local produce, they're asking what are the trending products that Carrefour is importing? So, since we have many people from across the globe, what products do you see Carrefour importing, especially from the standpoint of organic and natural?
Now, that is a very good point, but my answer for that is related to certification. Certification from organic and bio is extremely important, and we are working with the government to have this kind of official certification that allow us to go much more with the local producer over this kind of product versus the product that is coming to do today by Europe. I want to be extremely clear for that. When the customer is paid a little more for this kind of product, must have a real value creation in terms of more healthy product, and we have the proof. And for that is why many of the products linked with organic and bio today is coming from Europe due this certification. But we are working really deeply with the government to find solution for this kind of certification that allow us to sell this product, making production locally as organic.
And brilliant. I think you've already covered this, but there's one more question. Which category have you witnessed a spike in across Majid Al Futtaim? Is it health, F&B, natural beauty? Which segments specifically have witnessed a spike?
So in all that, it's a little same than I told you before, right? But the trends that we identify for the future related with health and wellness is more and more important for the customer. But at the same time, the customer want to have more information about what is the nutrients properties that will have, more information about this product is working without the GMO, the genetic manipulate food that is happened many times for win productivity. But now the customer is more aware about that and not want to GMO manipulate product. So, but how do you know the product that you buy on the different solution retailers that you have in the country have this characteristic? The point is traceability. It's why today some solution as a blockchain technology that allow you to follow the end-to-end production and distribution for one product, that really to become much more stronger. And into that, the Majid Al Futtaim determination is to put the customer in the center of all our decisions. And that is not declaration, that is real. It's why with this blockchain solution, we will have the creation for communities that the customer can really provide his feedback about the product that we will have. So as much we go in this direction, sustainability values, local production, traceability to really understand the end-to-end, and even to create a end-to-end lifestyle solution for the customer at the level that responsible consumers become, will be the future there. Now more and more people is aware about better lifestyle, and how I can be better for the future. Even the new generation start to be much more aware, like what is the fast food versus the healthy food. And into that, you have the compromise for Majid Al Futtaim that we will be behind our customer to really educate in very humble way and recommend what is the right solution, what is the right mix of nutrient that you need to have for achieve this kind of perfect health and wellness.
Well, that truly is inspiring, though, to try to achieve that complete end-to-end, and for an organization as big as Majid Al Futtaim to try to really understand that customer and see what they want. That is truly an inspiring goal that everyone should aspire towards. We have I think once again we've covered this, but if you want anything to add, what role do partnerships play in realizing a sustainable strategy, and how does Majid Al Futtaim achieve this goal? So I know you spoke about partnerships with the government and local distributors, farms. So anything else to add there?
Now, for me, when we are speak about the future partnership, I speak here about all the stakeholders into the value chain. And one of the major stakeholders that today have influence in the way that the people make the production and the different solution and operating a business model is the customer. The customer become more influenced than ever because it's more visual than ever. In all the social network site, the opinion from them today is changing dramatically. Even the value proposal that we have in our omni-channel solution. I give you some example. 3-4 years ago, we now create into the store one shopping shop that we call that the health kitchen. Health kitchen is one shopping shop solution into our store where you will find in one specific area 100% of our organic and bio solution. When you go there, you don't need to go other place. You have the end-to-end solution for you in one specific area. This, 4 years ago, the contribution into the food was below 0.2%. Today, in only 4 years, is more than 8% contribution in total food. So you imagine how important it is to go in this direction. So when I speak about the partnership, it's about all that. It's about how we find efficiencies. And into this ecosystem, another trend that is happening more and more, and all of you know, is the e-commerce growth. E-commerce is a big part of the solution, and is one Majid Al Futtaim is go deeply to improve the customer end-to-end experience into that. But I can tell you that even into the e-commerce, when we analyze the funnel is the customer behavior in the way that is searching the product, right? Today, we have thousands of customers that directly try to go in our e-commerce looking for organic and bio products.
Yes, I know everyone around me has been ordering online now. It's just that trend has just spiked so much, and you get another level of happiness when you get a package in your home and then you open it. So, yeah, that's definitely a very important thing to note about e-commerce. So another question we're getting from the audience: how important is it for a new supplier to have the product available locally through distributors, and are there any specific local distributors you work with?
So with a local distributor today, it's different than how we are speaking between the, I want to be clear, between the big producer and the small and medium companies. Small and medium companies, in the last 6 years, we are working with double-digit growth with all of them in the last 2-3 years. But we are working with 50 small and medium companies in sustainable way. Because of course, as you can imagine, one of the things that guarantee the right price for our customer is the consolidation. So consolidation is very important. So if you want to work with very big players as Majid Al Futtaim or other retailers in the industry, the point is like analyze very well your value chains, identify what is your value creation, in which area you can be better than the other, and that is the best way to collaborate with us. But the point that I want to be very clear with all the audience is like we always are open to elaborate and go together to try to understand if we have business opportunities. We analyze with you the different scenarios, and every time that we find one opportunity in win-to-win level, Majid Al Futtaim, we open the door. The point that we never compromise is the equity for one small or medium company, because it's very easy to speak with these guys. Hey, you come here, I will help you, I will open the door, you will have business plan, and after 1 year to destroy this company. That is not ethical and is not allowed in our way to work. It's why when we go with one company, it's because really we have a win-to-win relationship and medium long term.
That is just the perfect way to end the session, and this shows the values that Majid Al Futtaim tries to integrate into the JCC. And thank you very much, Miguel, for this really nice interactive session. Is there any note that you would like to end with?
Yeah, if you allow me, Minak, I want to share some additional numbers for you and the audience, because I imagine that many of our stakeholders here will be suppliers that want to work. So I will give you some data about what is happening in MENA area. So
100%.
one point that is important is to know that 64% of the customers in MENA region declare proactive to continue to consume health and organic product, 64%. 63% of the customer in the Middle East area really declare that is very concerned about sustainability factor. So you want to create differentiation, keep this in mind. Even many of them speak about the animal welfare, that many of them is more concerned also about this kind of value. So the point that I try to highlight is when we are speaking about the end-to-end solution for health and, for organic and natural product, it's not only related to food, it's related to end-to-end lifestyle. So 16% of customer always is looking for beauty solution, 100% natural. This kind of product is growing to 200%. So you have one niche to go, you have a big niche there. So it's many of the things that we can do together, absolutely. And really thank you, Minaka, for you and all the audience for this opportunity to be together. The point that I can tell you is Majid Al Futtaim open the hand. We are determined to help more and more to the local industry. We are very aware about our societal responsibility, and our determination is like, as our founder, Mr. Majid, always say, to create great moment to everyone every day.
Thank you very much again, once again, Mr. Miguel. And yes, we hope to see you very soon on our next meeting in the advisory committee, and also for such events in the future, and our physical event in December as well. So thank you.
Pleasure. Take care, all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.